This well-known large folding engraving was first produced for Johann Daniel Mylius's Basilica Chemica of 1618, and later used in 1625 as an illustration for the Museum Hermeticum. The odd blank rectangular areas at the top right and left originally held text identifying Mylius's book, but these were ground out for its later reprinting. This emblem is a wonderful bringing together of all sorts of alchemical imagery connected with the idea of the macrocosm and microcosm. It uses a device of polarities both in the vertical and horizontal directions. We clearly see a division into the macrocosmic heavenly world in the top third, an intermediate region of the air, and the lower third with the realm of the earth. The top section reveals the heavenly light-filled world, with rays of light emerging from the triune God, radiating out and illuminating the darkness. The Trinity is seen within the choirs of angels, arranged in 3 layers or groups: the seraphim, cherubim, and thrones. The name of God the Father, Jehovah, is seen in the topmost fountain of light, while the Son as the Lamb is on the left, and the dove the Holy Spirit on the right. There are 3 outpourings of light. First, from the fountains or spheres of the Trinity. This then seems to be mediated through the angelic choirs, resulting in this whole structure emitting light. Then, some way out, a second radiation of light appears to echo this. This is presumably a picture of the topmost empyrean heaven, the heaven of fire and light. Below this is the heaven of the fixed stars and the spheres of the planets depicted as the band of stars, the zodiac or ecliptic zone, in which these 7 planets move. Here these planets are shown as large 6-pointed stars. A band within this is divided into 5 panels, each associated with one of the alchemical birds. These birds are emblematic of the alchemical process. So, we are being shown here that the processes of alchemy are part of the cosmic world. They exist in principle in the realm above the planets, and not only in the outer world of the elements. The first on the left is the black crow. Then we see the white swan, and the cockatrice, half bird and half dragon. Next is the pelican, nourishing its young with its own blood, and finally the phoenix, burning on its fiery pyre and being reborn again. A circular form links together the higher empyrean world with that of the fixed stars. Its outermost ring is that of the zodiac with the 12 signs. Within this, a series of triplicities are presented in 4 concentric circles. The outermost has 3 ways of seeing the year: the annus solaris, or year marked by the passage of the sun, the year shown by the movements of the stars, and the year we experience through the seasons and the cycling of the winds. Next we see the 3 Mercuries in alchemy: common Mercury, the corporeal Mercury, and the philosophical Mercury. Then the 3 sulphurs: the common combustible sulphur, the fixed or incombustible form of sulphur, and the ethereal sulphur. Finally, the realm of the 3 salts: common salt of the earth, the sol central or central salt, and the salt of the elements. Thus we have the 3 alchemical principles, salt, sulphur and mercury, seen in 3 different forms. A final circle shows us that there are 4 fires needed in the opus, the alchemical work. At the centre of these circles is a triangle with the symbol of Mercury. We also notice upward and downward pointing triangles, which merge at the bottom to form the interlaced triangles of the Seal of Solomon. From the clouds around the bottom arc of the realm of the heavenly spheres, 2 chains emerged, tied to the wrists of an Adam and an Eve figure. If we follow these chains upwards, we see that they ultimately emerge from the sphere of light of the Creator God, Jehovah. Adam and Eve stand in the earthly world. The left side with Adam is in light, while the right side is in darkness. We should perhaps here try and view this from the perspective of God looking outwards. Then we see the handedness is reversed, and Adam, like Christ the Son, is actually on God's right hand, while Eve is on God's left. Let us first look at Adam in the daylit side of the emblem. He stands with one foot on a star and the other on the wing of a phoenix, which covers a little globe of the element air. A lion stands beside him, also with one foot on a star and the other on the phoenix's wing, which is above a globe of fire. Together they hold up a little sun disk. On Adam's breast are symbols of the sun and moon, and covering his sex is another solar symbol. The lion is a solar creature, thus echoing the male Adam solar Apollonian association. Eve, on the side of night, stands not upon a star, but with one foot in a stream of running water, and her other on the wing of an eagle, underneath which is a little globe of the water element. She has a stag beside her, who stands with one foot on the eagle's wing associated with the earth element, while the other is firmly on the ground. This stag has 12 pointed antlers and holds up a trefoil plant. On Eve's breast are the small sun and moon symbols similar to those on Adam, while her sex is covered with a lunar crescent. From the little sun on her right breast, a stream of stars emerges and falls down to the earth. She holds a bunch of grapes in her right hand. We can clearly see polarities between these two tableaux of Adam and Eve at opposite sides of the emblem. Between Adam and Eve is a little hill. On the one side, that of Adam, a fiery flame emerges, while at a similar point on the side of Eve, a little spring of water appears. At the bottom dead centre, a figure stands upon the strange symbol of a lion with a single head and yet two bodies. From the lion's mouth a stream of liquid pours forth. On the backs of this double-bodied lion stands a man, here likely personifying an alchemist. One side of his coat is dark and the other white, though both are covered in stars. In his hands he holds out two axes, again covered in stars. On the hill behind him is a forest. Each individual tree has an alchemical symbol upon it. The 7 planets are metals, arranged in conventional order: Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Sun, Venus, Mercury, Moon, are in large trees on the highest ridge of the hill, while below this are seen 12 smaller trees, each with the symbol of an alchemical substance: tartar, salt, sulphur, sal ammoniac, and so on. One presumes the axes held by the alchemist figure will be used to cut down the trees and harvest the alchemical substances and metals for the work. This wonderfully intricate, detailed emblem, seemingly enigmatic with strange and weird imagery, when explored detail by detail, is seen to be a relatively simple statement of how alchemy serves to unite the polarities of the macrocosm and microcosm. This image was very influential, and we see aspects of it reused some decades later in Malachias Geiger's large emblem, the Tree of Life, we looked at as emblem 3 in this series.